think we're live. I think we're live or recording.
We're recording live.
Recording live. Back to the future. Time does not exist. The time continuum. Tonight's episode of Highlander Court, the action-packed story of the battle between Phil Collins and Earth, Wind, and Fire over royal booty, cannot be aired at this time, but never fear. We have this epic podcast for you.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Hey!
Well, hello.
What's up, everybody?
Hola, senors and senoritas. This whole podcast will be in Spanish. No, because I do not know Spanish. How are you guys doing today?
Hello. I'm well.
Good.
Yeah.
Got a weird energy tonight, and I apologize for that. Not that I don't normally.
You don't have to apologize for your weird energy because we all have it.
I'm going to let my free
Embrace
flag fly tonight.
Embrace it. We're going to talk duets. And like I said, originally we had Santia is not here today. She's not here today. She's playing a show right now.
She's got a live show while we're doing a live show. It's going to be weird.
So I was like, me and Casey will hold down the fort and then do duets. But then Casey had something coming up tonight. He's not here right now. He's doing something else.
Yeah.
I'm watching hockey.
I'm the only one that's here right now. They're AI. I AI'd them in today. But so it was going to be me and Casey was the original thought. And so I was like, duets, that would be a fun one. We hadn't done that one. And so since I AI'd them, we can do duets, all of us, and go from there.
Sweet.
But that's what we're going to talk. Favorite duos
AIs.
or duets? I think most of mine are like weird, unlikely pairs of people you wouldn't normally think to sing a song together.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Mine were just my favorite ones. Like I said, 4 of these pretty much came to mind right when you typed it. And then I searched around and did a whole bunch of things, and I got 9 of them, and I went back to 4 of my originals and got a 5th.
Yep. That's about how I went about it. And ironically, on my This Week in Music, there is a duet that I didn't realize until I did this 5 minutes before the show here.
What is
Let me
it?
see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can find it.
It's called show prep. We do it, guys.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
That's what the professionals do, show prep.
We'll just start from the beginning. Like I said, the Beatles have been in every time I look at music history, the Beatles are there. Every day in the calendar, the Beatles have done something.
They are
until I can search music history and see that from any other group. I mean, no other group I've seen has done that. But the Beatles photographed the Sgt. Pepper album today at Chelsea Manor Studios in London. And that's one of my favorite album covers. It's just
that's what I was going to say. That's probably the beginning of the complete drug phase. We can use it however we want, but that's when they all completely indulged in the experimentation.
Yep, and started messing with our heads and hiding things in the lyrics. Or
just the movie that went along with that was a whole trip, man.
Yeah. They were on it.
Yep.
All of it.
I would have loved to hang around with them back then.
Definitely. So here's and that was March 30th of 67. And so March 30th of 87, Prince released his studio album, Sign of the Times. 3 top 10 singles. And one of them was a duet with SHEENA Easton. You Got the Look. Hope I didn't take anybody's.
You got the look.
But,
nope, I said all 5 of mine are made by these 2 beautiful guys behind me, so it's easy.
Mine is March 30th in 2000. Funny enough, remember we were struggling with Mungo Jerry's name last week. Well, March 30th of 2000, Ray Dorset, which is his real name, kind of a letdown, a lame name,
Mm.
That's why I went
real
with
name
Bongo
versus
Jerry.
his stage name. But he was ordered to pay a former employee $1,054 in back wages after a tribunal heard he had harassed her after she had left the company. Dorset says he had harassed her because he had mistakenly paid her double time throughout that time and was wanting money back.
Oh,
and
wow.
The courts told him, no, you got to pay another $1,000.
Huh.
So definitely sounds like he lost that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the final one was 2001. LeAnn Rimes reached an out of court settlement with her father and former manager.
Mm-hmm.
And I always liked her. She had a beautiful voice, but it seems like she went down the rabbit hole. But she ended up getting $12 million from that lawsuit.
Oh,
So that wasn't a bad. She wasn't hurting, I don't think.
that's better
Was
than
this-
$1,054.
Was this before the free Britney? This was free Leanne, you know, where they conservatorship over her or something.
Yeah, it made news. It was a big ordeal, but
Yeah,
the
if I
internet,
listened to country, it might have made more sense to me. No.
the internet wasn't very big in 2001, man. But yeah. So duets, do we want to go ahead and spin the wheel?
Yeah, we can get her going.
See if anybody can knock me out of the first place. I don't really like going first.
Spin that wheel.
I don't know. I was
Spin
trying
that
to.
wheel.
It's hard to do it from behind. So. Oh, look at that.
It's Coach. All right.
It's
Cool.
Coach.
Well, that's good because my list will probably be the worst, and you know we will end on a good note. So, like I said, a bunch of these just kind of came to me pretty easy. I just kind of what I think about when I think about duets. My number 5 was quintessential 80s, maybe I think late 80s, but it was just like it was MTV everywhere. She was beautiful, and that cat could dance. Opposites attract. Paul Abdul and the cat.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, and I rewatched that like Wednesday, man, and just that video still like it's freaking awesome. I mean, that's like original, you know, CG or CI or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, very early.
and it's just,
Very early.
dude, it was good. You know, I mean, you see that. I mean, obviously they could remake it better now, but you couldn't. You know what I mean? It was almost perfect. My number 4.
Double points on that one, Coach.
Yeah, you get 4 stars.
My number 4 was Dilemma, Nelly and Kelly Rowland.
Okay.
Nelly, I love you. Nelly, just the way that one starts. I mean, it's killer, man. And I don't know. That's like I said, that was actually probably the first, right when you type duet, the first, like right when you did it, I said, Nelly, I love you, you know. So number 3, Jackson, Johnny Cash, and June Carter.
Oh yeah.
They had a ton of them, and I probably listened to 6 or 7 just, you know, Johnny and June songs, and I just kept coming back to Jackson. There's no other song that just clicks in the way they do it, and her, I mean, it's so my number 2 is Back in One Piece, DMX and what's her name, how do you say it, Aaliyah.
Okay, yeah.
And that was that same thing. It was just like she was like that pretty, you know, poppy, whatever, and he was that thug rapper, you know, and like it just turned into like I mean, obviously not complete opposites, but you know, it was just, I don't know if I would have ever seen other, probably because of the movie they were in, but I don't know if I would have ever seen them doing a song together. And then my number 1, and I will not, if I can get him in every show, I will. Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Just one. I mean, that one was probably the second one that came to my head. And that video is even just freaking awesome. The way she's singing, then he just leans into the mic and they're hitting that same mic together. And, you know, I don't know. Good video, good song. There's my 5.
That sounds dirty, hitting that mic together.
Take it how you want, but I mean, they're both singing into the same mic.
Oh, I know.
Microphone.
My mind's in the gutter.
I can
Apparently,
tell.
somebody needs a companion. No.
Oh no, what was yeah.
You got lotion.
LeAnn Rimes. Just thinking about LeAnn Rimes got me a little worked up. Sorry. I can't even think of one of her songs, but I mean, if I heard it, I could.
one of my honorable mentions, she of all country people's probably the one that runs through my head the most, but I won't do honorable mentions. I don't think any country songs are going to make the list tonight.
You never know.
Okay, that's why I said
We'll save them for the end.
I will wait. And now we spin again.
Spin again.
Block me out. I don't know how to do that, but well, that was a bad spin, but we're still giving it to Santiago.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this list.
Do the list.
So yeah, I did this list. It was the same thing. Like most of the songs just came to my head, and then I started looking up more songs, and I was like, oh, I forgot about those, and then I forgot about this, and then I was like, you know what? The best duet in the whole world is going to be on my list. But first, let's do the first one that came to mind, which is "The Boy Is Mine" with Brandy and Monica.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, my little teenage heart. I would just sit there and wait for that video to come on every day because they played it every day, all day.
Oh, and those were two. I enjoyed that. I could have muted that and enjoyed that video.
Yeah. What is wrong with y'all?
I didn't listen to it other than when I had to. That way. But it's a good song.
Well, I also could have turned off the TV and enjoyed it the same. But I'm just saying, either way, it was enjoyable for me.
I feel like that song was a spinoff. There was an old, it's not a blues song, but it's an old R&B song called "Woman to Woman." I can't even remember the ladies that sung it, but it was a woman confronting another woman about sleeping with her man or whatever else. And this, I feel like, was a spinoff of that. Like it was inspired by that, and it's classical. So that's it. So that was my first one.
Shirley Brown and somebody or something, maybe.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. My grandmother
Joe Cocker did a version of it as well.
Oh wow.
Joe Cocker did a version of "Woman to Woman."
It showed it on the internet, and if it's on the internet, it's true.
Yeah, it has to be true. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Al Gore told me.
All right, number 2. And I'm gonna make this decision right now because I have a spot and I just didn't know. So I'm gonna just go ahead and make number 2 "Body and Soul" by Amy Winehouse and Tony Bennett.
Yeah, I seen that one on there.
Yeah, and the reason why I picked that just now while we've been talking currently is because that was one of the videos that I saw with Amy Winehouse where she seemed to be together. Like that seemed to be a period of time. And I know Tony was peaceful. I know that was a period of time where she had peace and she could really get into her groove. So that's why I picked that one.
Dude, if that girl had a voice like just that crazy rasp. I don't know, man. I wish she wasn't so messed up, but that's what happened to the best, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know about the best, but just that voice. I don't know that I loved a lot of her songs necessarily, but just that voice. Oh my God.
Back to Black, and then
she had some good ones, but it just anything, like I said, it's just that voice, man, is I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of pain in that voice.
Drugs, toxic relationships will drive you up a cliff, down a wall, whatever. So
you pair that with mental illness and you've got a very bad cocktail.
Yeah, you did. Well, but God bless her. Number 3 is going to be "Ain't No Mountain High Enough."
Oh yeah.
With Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Yep.
That's classic, wonderful, awesome song. That just anytime it's just like anytime you feel love for anybody, that's the song that goes through my head.
Yeah.
It's like, ain't no mountain high enough. And there is a mountain high.
yeah. It's a very low mountain. It's more like a hill.
Yeah. So
a speed bump, maybe a speed bump.
Yeah, we can get
from my experience.
Yeah, from mine.
I'm not jaded at all.
Yeah, me neither. Love is great. Number 4 is going to be "Scream" with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
Oh yeah, good one.
Where you
That's
go,
hell yeah. Yes. Oh man, That video is freaking awesome too, man. That is one of probably my favorite videos of all time. And I'm not even a huge Michael guy. I'm probably even more of a Janet guy than I am a Michael guy.
Mhm.
And that video is badass.
Yes.
And she's badass in that video. Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just that whole era was just good music and awesome videos. Like
Yeah, the way they did videos was just so different than, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were both on fire at that time.
Look, and I don't know, man. That video is bad.
Yeah, they were like, put the camera right in my face.
Not make it below me, like almost at my feet, and look. I don't know, man. It was, yeah.
We need paint.
Yeah. POV.
Black and white as much as you can, and then.
All right, and then number 5, which is the best duet that has ever happened in the history of the United States of America, is "WAP" with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. That song pissed so many people off, and it made me so happy as a woman.
You're worried about our minds, you know, then you in on that one, you know.
Yeah.
It's the best
Damn it, you're
duet
gonna
ever.
I prided myself on never listening to that song. I have not
You've
listened.
never heard it?
It's
I
actually,
know.
dude, both of those girls get it. I don't give a shit if you like
Yeah.
them or not, but those girls get it. And
Yes.
I am not a fan of neither one of them. I didn't even
I
know
don't
who
know.
Megan the Trainer was until the New Year's. Just this past year, the kid had to school me on her. You know,
Well, Megan Trainor's different than the Stallion.
Yeah.
yeah. I like Megan Trainer. Did I say Trainer?
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
She
Megan
still
the
pisses
Stallion.
me
Yeah.
off, but yeah.
I don't know, man. That girl gets it, dude. She can lay it down as thick as almost any dude I know. I don't know. Both of them girls, man.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, I
female-
guess I can no longer. I will not be long any. I will not be able to say that very much longer after I make the playlist that I have been making faithfully for the last several shows now. So
You've been doing awesome, buddy.
Yeah.
And I guess that leaves me, correct?
Yeah.
Like I said, Michael had made my honorable mention, and it was tough. I had a handful off the top of my head, just like you guys did. And it was my honorable mention for Michael was Say, Say, Say with Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome one.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 5 was SOJA and NAHKO, Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's both, you know, reggae. This is just basically a piano, and it's a very, I mean, it's a spiritual journey. The whole song, you know, that's like kind of like what their take of a, you know, coming out of a spiritual awakening kind of is. And they both got beautiful voices and just the piano. And I mean, that gets me. I love full bands, but if you can, you know, just a piano or a guitar, that's so much better to me. I like that. I enjoy that. That's where I'm at in life.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4 was Guns N' Roses and Shannon Hoon. And even though Shannon didn't have a big part, he just kind of backing vocals. But Shannon Hoon was a lead singer from Blind Melon, and he was dating Axl Rose's sister at the time. So I don't know if it was, you know,
Put my brother on this, or
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
or put my boyfriend on this. I mean,
yeah. But the song was "Don't Cry," beautiful song, and the
Awesome
video
song.
itself, it's kind of like a reincarnation kind of thing. And I mean, it's just, I'm not a big Guns N' Roses fan. I like their music. I don't like Axl per se. And I mean, I don't even know if I could say that anymore. Cause like I said, the older I get, I kind of get some of the stuff he did, you know. I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, I mean, is he that bad? I mean, he's probably an asshole, but
November Rain's my all-time love song, dude. So
Yeah.
Paradise City, that was the one that really got me into them.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 was In This Moment, Maria Brink, and she did a duet with the lead singer from The Otherwise, Adrian Patrick, which I don't even know this band at all, but the song is The Promise, and it starts off very melodic, and I don't know if anybody knows In This Moment, but they're kind of hard rock, female singer, metal, and she'll get down and scream, but she'll sing too. And so part of it, you know, the chorus is or the verse is, you know, melodic, and they're basically, oh, why we won't work together, and then it gets to the chorus and it just starts punching, she's screaming, and then the next verse and chorus they flip flop and he does it, and it's just beautifully put together. I hadn't seen anything like that when I'd first seen it years and years and years ago. But and then I got to meet Maria Brink once. I was speechless, but she said hi to me. We opened up for him, and so that's like the highlight of my life. She's beautiful, and she'd probably punch you in the face if you dicked her around. So it's like she's like said hi, and I'm just like and then my ex-wife at the time elbowed me because I was drooling, I think, and I'm like and by the time
my wife at the time, now your ex-wife, correct?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't even know if we were married then. I think that was before we got married. So, but yeah. And my number 2, I did not know it had news today, but it was Prince and SHEENA Easton. You Got the Look.
Okay.
I didn't know it made the news, and then when I've seen it that it made the news, I was like, perfect. But then, like, how am I gonna? I can't. So I did it. Look, I could do whatever the hell I want. I did it.
Show, buddy.
Prince, SHEENA Easton. You got the look. You got the look.
You got the look.
My number 1 is Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne. Close Your Eyes Forever. I first seen Lita Ford on one of my best friend's older brother's wall, and was just like, give me a minute, get out. And so when I found this song, and it's just a sad, dark, great song, it's the best. But yeah, that's my list. Everybody had a great list this week. Coach, your list was phenomenal. I don't know what you were talking about.
I liked your list.
I did. I knew I was going to nail it. I was just messing with you. I like to, if you set the expectations low,
just wowed.
That's what I do. Everything I try to do.
I had a Nelly. On my honorable mention. It was
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw and Nelly, Over and Over.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That one just tears me up because it's so. Like I said, it was one of the first country rock blends, so it's a little weird, and it's still a little weird, but the concept, I like it.
Yeah,
those are the only country songs I actually like are the ones with Nelly in them. So, that's and it's weird. Weird enough, I had a Tim McGraw song, and mine was with Faith and Let's Make Love, and no other country song, and Faith Hill was. Gosh, she's a goddess. And of every sense of the country word or the word, that girl just laid it down, cared about herself, stood up for herself, whatever, so. And then I also had probably the first song that actually came to my mind when you guys said duets or when we started was Don't Go Breaking My Heart. If there's ever any duet that, automatically, that's a karaoke song, that's whatever, that's probably the go-to karaoke duet song,
Yeah, that's the number 1 duet song in the world is that one. I'm so tired of it.
I agree with you, but I don't know. Maybe the Jaded the Young version of me, or the first time I heard it, is kind of how I still think about that song. So, and then my only other one, and I actually took this one off the list. It was my number 3. Is Take Me Home Tonight, Eddie Money and Ronnie Spector. Another one of those ones, that's just classic as all. Probably Ronnie Spector's most famous song,
Definitely.
Yeah, I had will.i.am and Britney when they had Scream and Shout.
Yep.
Britney Spears had disappeared for a little bit. I don't know what she's up to. Nobody knew. It was a secret. And then
is that when she was having her kid or what?
Oh no! Well, no, she had went crazy and then went and sat down somewhere for a little bit, and then I guess will.i.am was like, "Hey, do this song. I wrote it for you," or it was centered around Britney.
Yeah.
To bring her back to her queenship, because Britney used to be it. Britney
still is. She still is. She's my Nickelback.
She's my next. Speaking of Nickelback, I'm glad you brought it up.
I can't believe you didn't come up with a duet with them in it.
Actually, as you know, I do love Nickelback.
What?
Yeah, I
You should
know.
tell us about it more often.
I really do. I feel like nobody knows how much I love Nickelback. I feel like it just needs to be shouted. I need to just tattoo it on my forehead that I love Nickelback.
Maybe do it on your shoulder or something.
Yeah, no forehead.
Maybe like a neck tat. Maybe like a
Compromise.
nice neck tat.
Put it in like old English letters, and it'll look really cool. And then it's like, oh, does that say I love Nickelback?
It's like the one I have on my stomach, the one I have on my belly. You know, it's old English and then a curve. Oh,
yeah.
You got one too?
We should all get one. But Avril Lavigne and Chad Kroeger were married. I knew that, but I didn't really know that they had made a song together.
Ladies
And
gotta stick together.
yeah, and it's called "Let Me Go,"
Hmm.
and it was a song about breaking up, essentially, to where everybody was just tired, they just couldn't take it or anything like that. And then in the end, it flipped around and it said, "Well, don't let me go. You just want to stay together. Let's work it out," or whatnot. And then they did. This song was made probably about a year after they got married, and then they got divorced about 3 years later.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say it would have made sense maybe they were going through some troubles then, and then
it kept them together for at least 3 years.
yeah, if you like a lot of those famous couples, they probably hung out 7 or 8 times in those 3 years. You know,
Yeah.
I can't stand her.
I'll just stay in my house and you go stay in your house.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other side of the house.
Me and my wife get in a fight. I just got to go to the couch, you know. And yes, everybody, if you were wondering, I am married. There is somebody that puts up with me. Little insight to Coach. Yeah, she is a saint.
Clearly. Actually, I had one of the finds that I forgot about was Keith Sweat and Athena Cage, which I had no idea who Athena Cage is, but nobody.
Oh.
Keith Sweat. I was like, oh damn, and that was the one I really wanted to, and then I wanted to get Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, Ebony and Ivory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because I mean the context of that is just, you know, I mean.
Oh, and it's still class. I mean, if you're a Robin Big fan like I was, I mean, that was one of my favorite episodes when they did the Ebony and Ivory skit, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, so we
I did
got
have a
3
Meatloaf
minutes
one.
but
Meatloaf. I do anything for love.
And
Was
who
that
was
a
it?
duet?
Yeah, with Laureen. Oh god, dang it! I don't have that. That's bad. That's way bad. But yeah, that's a duet. There's Laureen Crosby in it. I guess they did a version that is.
Oh.
Well, I think she's just the female
In that-
singer.
Yeah.
He's just the female.
Well, yeah, I mean it's you know the song, right?
Yeah.
It's like a conversation. She does it. They're talking back and forth, singing back and forth, singing the song to each other.
I do.
And they did that a lot. Dashboard, love on the dashboard confessionals, love on the dashboard, something like that. Another one of his songs that I can't think of. I'll love you to the end of time, and then I'm praying for the end of time.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like a slow song, and then at the end it turns into almost another song, a complete song, upbeat, and he's running back into hell.
He has quite a few duets. She Waits by the Window.
Yeah.
Paradise by Dashboard Light. Maybe that.
Yep.
Everything Under the Sun. He was another one of those ones because he's that ultimate, just theatric singer. I mean, he just puts it out there, and like Meatloaf or not,
got a lot of duets too.
Who?
Willie.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh,
yeah.
But like I said, we've got the next 4 topics lined out. I think we're gonna do places. I think next week, right?
I believe so. And then
places, and then animals, and then we got the holiday weekend, and so yeah, it's kind of nice having that because then we can kind of. Because there was a couple that could have made all 3, but I'm like, nah, I'm strategically, I'm like, nah, I'm going to put it here.
Okay.
So I
That
enjoy
was just
having.
trying to give us a preview to the holiday weekend
Yeah.
and one of my songs.
Well, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, coming on,
Mhm.
watching time travel, AI
Yeah.
at its finest. Rate Coach's AI and rate Santia's AI. I'm
Come
just
to
an
our
idiot.
show. Well, you can't.
It's cool that my AI drinks as much as I do.
Well, all right. Well, tune in next week for top 5 songs about places.
Yeah, pretty.
Could be fun. Could be a flop.
Hmm.
We reached 200 subscribers on YouTube. Keep sharing.
Sweet. Yeah.
YouTube,
My
I
daughter
found
was
out, is
202
worth over-
actually.
YouTube is actually worth more than Comcast and Disney put together. So if we got 200 followers on YouTube, that's like having like 200,000 people watch us on Comcast, you know? So it's like
Exactly.
What is it? The transfer rate, the conversion rate.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then next
The
week
math
we'll be
checks
broadcasting on the Talking Beards networks. We'll still be, like I said, Sean Big Sexy took over co-host of that. So, I mean, we're still Big Sexy too. I don't know how it's gonna work. How we're gonna work. I mean, it'll be the same. Check out Big Sexy Beard Brand. Check out Talking Beards. Check out Middle of the Road Podcast. Check out Santia Soul. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm out.
Night.
Nelly, I love you.
Nobody.
That right